the Light Sun Brigade's library, the gemmed books of Ares War, the first fall of Ferumbras. In the earliest seasons of my wandering strength, when my bones still knew the swiftness of youth, the world trembled beneath a name spoken like a curse. Ferumbras. His first coming was not a whisper, but a storm that cracked the peace of Thais. Warlocks poured through the city gates like ink spilling from shattered glass, and dragons wheeled above the rooftops, their wings casting fire-lit dusk upon the stones. That night carved itself into the marrow of every soul who survived it. Yet as all storms do, he withdrew, leaving only fear's lingering scent and ashes cooling beneath the morning sun. We believed the world had bought itself a reprieve, but evil does not sleep, it coils, patient as winter frost, waiting to claim the fields. Time had passed, long after Thais dared again to lift its lanterns into peaceful air. An unease rose from the plains of havoc. No herald announced it, no scripture foretold it. The omen was felt, not spoken. The earth hummed like a creature waking from an age-long slumber, and the wind carried a metallic taste, sharp as the breath before battle. Guild banners that seldom shared a single sky gathered upon the plains. Flamehead, Slain, Lady Rebel, Lightbringer, Pepelu, and countless others whose names are carved in memory's stone. The old guard came with grim resolve, for each knew what kind of darkness was capable of stirring twice. We prepared not for victory, but survival, for such foes are not slain, they are endured. When the ground cracked and his presence bled through, we expected the robed sorcerer whispered of in older days. Instead, Ferumbras rose in a shape torn from nightmares. He walked as a demon sculpted from living shadow, bearing a visage no mortal chronicle had dared to imagine. Spells shattered upon him like rain on obsidian. Even the proudest runes guttered and died. He was utterly beyond the reach of magic. Then, with a gesture jagged as lightning, he tore open the veil between worlds with sorcery, never witnessed by mortal eyes, calling forth demons in a tide that turned the plains into a furnace of fire and despair. For a heartbeat, I wondered whether the world itself could endure such wrath. But wonder is a luxury in war, and so we raised steel and prayer in equal measure. The fight that followed cannot be measured in hours alone, though the suns marked 4, perhaps 6, before the tyrant weakened. Time became a wounded thing, limping forward while death circled us like a hawk seeking a still heart. Many fell, many rose again only to fall twice. I took my place at the front, shield braced against a cascade of claws, fangs, and flame, holding a line that wavered, but never broke. No single commander guided us. Instead, voices rose from every corner, shaping chaos into purpose. The air burned with sulfur, sweat, and the copper sting of blood, yet hope clung stubbornly to those who remained upright. Inch by inch we carved through his darkness, paying each advance with the coin of our own lives. Near the end, Ferumbras faltered. The demon shell that bound him cracked like cooling iron, and his magic sputtered, as though starved of breath. Every surviving warrior pressed forward, each strike a plea to whatever listening gods still walked the heavens. Then Pepelu, stalwart and unyielding, broke through the haze and delivered the final blow, clean, deliberate, born of all our struggle. His cry rose above the thunder of battle. Ferumbras has died, and with him his chaos. For a moment, even the wind held still, as if waiting to see whether such a tyrant could truly fall. Then the ground trembled, and the demon collapsed upon itself like a dying star. The silence that followed was the loudest sound I have ever heard. When the world steadied and the fallen were gathered with reverence, a restless murmur rose among the survivors. Curiosity is a stubborn companion of victory, and many pressed forward to see what relics might be wrested from the tyrant's remains. Yet as they drew near, the murmurs died. There upon the scorched earth lay not merely a corpse, but a mage wrapped head to toe in demon skin. The hide fused to him like a second, cursed flesh. His features were twisted in a final snarl of hatred, and even lifeless he seemed to glare at us through the veil of ruin. Some claimed he clutched a shield of strange design, though, truthfully, I do not recall the form of the thing. Memory balks at touching such darkness. As we stood in that uneasy silence, the wind stilled as if the world itself awaited judgment. Then, like dawn breaking without light, the presence of the gods settled around us, vast, distant, and undeniable. No words were spoken, yet each heart felt weighed, measured, and seen. From that silent decree came blessings bestowed only upon the bravest. To a chosen few, they granted relics rarely glimpsed by mortal sight. Into my own hands they placed steel boots, cold as moonlit iron, and heavy with sacred purpose treasures, so rare that only 2 or 3 existed beneath the heavens for many years. I did not hold them as trophies, but as reminders that even when a tyrant's body lies still, his shadow may yet rise again. For Ferumbras is not truly slain. Hatred such as his returns with the turning of ages.